I was already 18, I was about to graduate high school, and I got tickets to see Death Cab for Cutie at the Aragon Ballroom, and I was super stoked and excited. The openers were Cold War Kids and Ra Ra Riot. They were the very first set to go on. And I remember thinking, I'm like, this is literally one of the best like live shows I've ever been to. I'm pretty sure their last song was Can You Tell? And like they finished it and I'm just like, okay, and that was the greatest thing I've ever heard. Before they left the stage, Wes Miles was like, all right, we're Ra Ra Riot, thanks for coming, like from Syracuse, thanks for coming out, like come by, say hi. And I'm just, I couldn't even move. Like I punched my friend in the arm and I'm like, they're from Syracuse! It was at the end of high school, so I just decided where I was going to go to college, and I just decided on Syracuse University. So I was choosing between SU and Ithaca, and I went up to like central New York and prowled around the campus, and eventually I decided on Syracuse, and like my parents had just sent the deposit and stuff. But like something about this place, like when I was visiting, like it didn't feel right, and I was coming here for like the program I was going to study, which was performance, like drama performance, and I was on my way out with that too. Like I didn't like it anymore and I was miserable like doing it, but I thought that like why the fuck not, like I'll keep doing this because I've spent so much time already. And I was really uncomfortable with my decision, and like I wasn't looking forward to August and I wasn't looking forward to coming out here. But I was so blown away by Ra Ra Riot, and then hearing them say that they were from Syracuse, like in like that moment was like really definitive for me that maybe I made the right choice. And at the time I didn't really know anything about the music scene here in terms of either student musicians or like local like central New York musicians. And so like I went home and I googled them, and like it turns out they were from like all different parts of the country, and they all met when they were here and were playing shows here together. Freshman year I was about as miserable as I expected myself to be. And I listened to Ra Ra Riot a lot because at that time it was only the Room line that was out, and I listened to them a lot to like make myself feel better. I'm like, well, if they can do it, like so can you. This one night I was on my way, it was when I lived on South Campus, so I was taking the bus home. I couldn't really be like around other people, but I had to take the bus home because it was like 3 miles away. So I'm listening to my headphones and like I needed something to calm me down, so there it is, like Ra Ra Riot. I'm just like sitting there like staring at my reflection in the window. And like you could hear Syracuse like in his voice. I was listening, it was Winter '05, and like you could hear that like despair with the knowledge that it won't be so awful for so long. Like you just hear it in the way he sings. And then I felt better. When I started going to shows more often in like basements and stuff, I was like, how much would I have killed to have been in like that basement on Ostrom, watching them play, like watching them form as a band, the way I've been able to watch my friends form with like their music comrades into creating these like really awesome projects that they're passionate about. My friends now that are playing all these shows, I'm like, one day, like I know you're gonna be as successful as Ra Ra Riot, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, I saw you when you were in these basements. This year, they played a show in the auditorium at Setner, which is like this beautiful cathedral type place that you would never expect like a rock concert to take place. It was a beautiful, beautiful concert. Like it was incredible. A lot of people were there who like didn't even know who Ra Ra Riot were. I ran into a couple of friends like, yeah, I've never heard of this band before, but like it's cool that they're in Setner, but this is awesome. I followed them since I was like in high school, like through my years in Syracuse, and so by the end of their show, and they were like already playing songs from like their third album, because you know like Beta Love was coming out, I felt that everything came full circle. This was the first year that I felt like I belonged in Syracuse. Like I hate that it took me so long to get to this place, but I'm finally there. Every album of theirs and like every song and like every time I've seen them or like read an interview with Wes Miles or like read his tweets or whatever, like I felt like they were with me on my journey to feeling like I finally belong here. That's why I love Ra Ra Riot.